The internet is like an iceberg. What we see on the surface is just a small fraction of what actually exists. Imagine an iceberg floating in the ocean. The visible part above the water is just the tip, while the massive bulk remains hidden beneath the surface. Most people only see the surface, the websites we use every day. These are the sites we visit for news, social media, shopping, and entertainment. This is the part of the internet that is indexed by search engines like Google, Bing, and Yahoo. It's the familiar, everyday web that we interact with regularly. This is the surface web. It's easily accessible and makes up only a small portion of the entire internet. The surface web is where we spend most of our online time, but it's just the beginning. But beneath the surface lies the deep web, a vast network of sites not indexed by search engines. The deep web includes private databases, academic resources, and internal company networks. It's much larger than the surface web and contains a wealth of information that isn't readily available to the general public. Even deeper is the dark web, a hidden part of the internet that requires special software to access. The dark web is intentionally concealed and can only be reached using specific tools like the Tor browser, which anonymizes user activity and makes it difficult to trace. It's a place of anonymity and secrecy. Users on the dark web often go to great lengths to hide their identities and activities. This anonymity can be used for both legitimate and illicit purposes, making the dark web a double-edged sword. The dark web is like a hidden city. Imagine a sprawling metropolis with countless alleyways and hidden corners where people can move about unseen. It's a place where you can find anything, from forums discussing sensitive topics to marketplaces selling illegal goods. It's a place where criminals can operate with less fear of being caught. It's also a marketplace. On the dark web, you can find vendors selling everything from drugs and weapons to counterfeit documents and stolen data. The anonymity provided by the dark web makes it a haven for illegal activities. And one of the things for sale is the tools of cyber warfare. These include hacking software, malware, and other digital weapons that can be used to launch cyber attacks. The dark web is a marketplace for these dangerous tools, making it a significant threat to cybersecurity. Think of it like a digital black market. Just as in a physical black market, you can find a wide range of illegal goods and services. The dark web operates in a similar way, but in the digital realm, transactions are often conducted using cryptocurrencies to maintain anonymity. Here you can find everything from stolen credit card numbers to dangerous malware. The dark web is a hub for cyber criminals looking to buy and sell sensitive information and malicious software. It's a place where illegal transactions take place away from the prying eyes of law enforcement. It's a dangerous place, and it's important to understand how it works. Navigating the dark web requires caution and knowledge. While it can be a source of valuable information and tools, it also poses significant risks. Understanding the structure and function of the dark web is crucial for anyone looking to explore this hidden part of the internet. Cyber weapons are software tools designed to cause harm. These tools can range from simple scripts created by amateur hackers to highly sophisticated programs developed by state-sponsored actors. The impact of these tools can be devastating, affecting individuals, corporations, and even entire nations. They can be used to disrupt networks, steal data, and compromise the integrity of sensitive information. For instance, a well-placed cyber attack can bring down entire communication networks, leaving businesses and governments in disarray, or even control critical infrastructure. Imagine the chaos if a power grid is taken offline or if water treatment facilities are manipulated. The consequences can be catastrophic, affecting millions of lives, and they're readily available on the dark web. This hidden part of the internet is a marketplace for all sorts of illegal activities, including the sale of cyber weapons. Anyone with the right resources can purchase these tools, making the threat more widespread. One type of cyber weapon is malware. Malware can infiltrate systems, steal sensitive information, and cause significant damage to digital infrastructure. Malware is short for malicious software. It comes in various forms, each designed to exploit different vulnerabilities in computer systems. It's software designed to damage or disable computers. Viruses, worms, and ransomware are common examples. These programs can spread rapidly, infecting multiple systems and causing widespread disruption. And Trojan horses are all types of malware. Each has its unique method of attack, but all share the common goal of compromising the target system. Another type of cyber weapon is a zero-day exploit. These are particularly dangerous because they target vulnerabilities that are unknown to the software vendor, leaving no time for a patch or fix. This is a flaw in software that is unknown to the software vendor. When discovered, these exploits can be used to gain unauthorized access to systems, often with devastating effects. Hackers can exploit these flaws to gain access to systems and data. Once inside, they can steal sensitive information, install additional malware, or even take control of the entire system. These digital weapons are becoming increasingly sophisticated. As technology advances, so do the methods used by cyber criminals. They are constantly evolving, making it a challenge for cybersecurity experts to keep up. And they're not just being used by governments anymore. Cyber weapons are now in the hands of criminal organizations, hacktivists, and even lone wolves. The digital age has democratized the ability to cause harm, making it more important than ever to stay vigilant and protect our digital infrastructure. Stolen data is a valuable commodity on the dark web. Hackers steal credit card numbers, social security numbers, and other personal information. Then they sell this data to other criminals. Imagine your personal information being auctioned off to the highest bidder. That's what happens on the dark web. This stolen data can be used for identity theft, financial fraud, and other crimes. The market for stolen data is thriving, and it's putting individuals and businesses at risk. The dark web isn't just a place to buy tools, it's a hidden part of the internet where anonymity reigns supreme and illicit activities thrive. You can also hire someone to carry out a cyber attack for you. These cyber mercenaries are skilled professionals who offer their services to the highest bidder. These hackers for hire offer a range of services, from DDoS attacks to data breaches. They can infiltrate secure systems, steal sensitive information, and even manipulate data to serve their clients' needs. A DDoS attack, or distributed denial of service attack, is like a digital traffic jam. It involves flooding a website or network with an overwhelming amount of traffic, causing it to slow down or crash entirely. This makes the website or network unavailable to legitimate users, disrupting business operations and causing significant financial losses. Companies can be brought to a standstill, unable to function properly. Hackers for hire can also be used to steal data, spread misinformation, or disrupt critical infrastructure. They can access confidential files, leak sensitive information, and create chaos by spreading false news. Disrupting critical infrastructure, such as power grids or transportation systems, can have devastating effects on society, leading to widespread panic and confusion. The anonymity of the dark web makes it difficult to track down these criminals. They hide behind layers of encryption and use sophisticated techniques to cover their tracks, making it nearly impossible for law enforcement to catch them. Despite the challenges, law enforcement agencies around the world are working tirelessly to combat these cyber threats. They are developing new technologies and strategies to identify and apprehend these elusive hackers. Meanwhile, cybersecurity experts are constantly innovating to protect against these attacks. They're creating advanced security systems and protocols to safeguard sensitive information and ensure the integrity of digital infrastructure. As individuals and businesses, it's crucial to stay informed and take proactive measures to protect ourselves in this digital age. By understanding the threats and implementing strong security practices, we can help mitigate the risks posed by hackers for hire. Section 5. Cyber warfare's new warriors. Cyber warfare used to be the domain of nation-states, but the dark web has changed that. Now, anyone with an internet connection can potentially wage cyber warfare. Non-state actors, such as terrorist organizations and criminal gangs, are increasingly using the dark web to acquire cyber weapons and services. This gives them a powerful new tool to achieve their goals. The rise of non-state actors in cyber warfare is a worrying trend. It makes it more difficult to deter and respond to cyber attacks. Section 6. The global reach of cyber conflict. Cyber attacks don't respect national borders. A cyber attack launched in one country can have a global impact. This makes cyber warfare a truly global threat. For example, the NotPetya ransomware attack in 2017 caused billions of dollars in damage worldwide. It disrupted businesses, governments, and critical infrastructure. The interconnected nature of our world makes us all vulnerable to cyber attacks, and the dark web is making it easier for these attacks to happen. Section 7, the price of anonymity. The anonymity of the dark web makes it difficult to track down criminals, but it also makes it difficult for law enforcement to investigate cybercrime. Imagine trying to catch a thief in a crowded marketplace where everyone is wearing a mask. That's the challenge of policing the dark web. Law enforcement agencies are working to develop new tools and techniques to combat cybercrime on the dark web, but it's an ongoing battle. Section 8, the cat and mouse game of cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is a constant cat and mouse game. As soon as security researchers develop new defenses, hackers find new ways to circumvent them. The dark web is a breeding ground for new cyber threats. It's where hackers share information, tools, and techniques. Staying ahead of the curve in cybersecurity requires constant vigilance, innovation, and collaboration. We need to work together to make the internet a safer place. Section 9, the future of cyber warfare. The dark web is likely to play an even greater role in cyber warfare in the future. As technology advances, so too will the sophistication of cyber weapons and the techniques used to deploy them. We can expect to see more sophisticated malware, more targeted attacks, and a greater use of artificial intelligence in cyber attacks. The stakes are only going to get higher. It's essential that we invest in research and development to counter these emerging threats. The future of our digital world depends on it. Section 10, navigating the digital battlefield. The dark web is a dangerous place, but it's important to remember that it's just a tool. Like any tool, it can be used for good or evil. It's up to us to decide how we use the internet. We need to be aware of the risks and take steps to protect ourselves. We also need to support law enforcement efforts to combat cybercrime. The digital world is here to stay. It's time to learn how to navigate it safely and responsibly.